Ayo! And what is up, gang? Thank you so much for joining me here again on the channel today. My name is Nick Nightmare, and this is the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Along with me is Blue the Snowball Microphone, the World Heavyweight Champion of all microphones in all the free world. And we are here today to talk some pro wrestling, as we love to do right here on Sledgehammer TV, brought to you by Clutch Chairs. Do not forget to check out your favorite WWE Superstars chair. See if they have one available for you right now. You can just click that link in the description below. That's all you need to do. It don't cost you a dime. Take a look at a chair or two. Go, oh, what a beautiful Bailey chair this is. You know, if Bailey's your cup of tea, which right now she's not mine. She used to be, but she's not mine right now. Or maybe you could look at an AJ Styles chair, and you'll look at this chair and go, my God, is that not a phenomenal chair that I could be sitting my ass in when I'm playing some badass video games like WWE 2K18, which was coming soon, just in a couple of weeks, and we're going to have some WWE 2K18 footage on this channel. I'm thinking about doing a My Career. You know, I'm thinking about maybe doing some dream matchups. If you guys have any ideas of any matches that you would like to see called by yours truly, as I begin to practice my way to being one of the best in the business on the microphone, please feel free to let me know who you guys would like to see face off. And we will get that going for you guys right away. Right here, right now, one of the things that I want to do is I want to say a very special thank you to my buddy, my man, as he is for most of you guys out there, Mr. JD from New York. Now, last Friday night was House of Glory. House of Glory turned the page and began Chapter 2 in their long and illustrious history that has gone on for the last few years. And when I went to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn this year, I had an off-the-script sign made up. I also had this beautiful piece of hardware made up. And I had this with me as well, as this was my way to support my show. And of course, my show and this channel would not exist had I not come across Off the Script through one of the darkest and most tumultuous times of my entire life. And as for most of you guys, I know for a fact from listening to subscriber stories and things of that nature on Off the Script, many of you echo my same sentiment. Many of you have found JD at a point in your life where you were very, very down. And you were in the darkness, much as I was. You know, I don't want to go too much into it again. We've talked about it on this channel at the inception of everything. But, you know, I had lost my mom. I was going through a couple of surgeries at the time, and I was in a real bad place. And I don't even remember which episode of Off the Script it was, or if it was an you know, like a break-in news report or an extra like he likes to do. But right before SummerSlam, I believe it's 2015, 2016, I came across Off the Script in JD, and I found myself laughing out loud and actually feeling good for the first time in a very long time. And it inspired me to do it myself, and here I am. Over 1 year later, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show is stronger than ever. And as of this past weekend, especially today, being Sunday, October the 1st, is an absolutely extraordinary day in the history of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, as today, you guys, you Off the Script guys, and all of us that are part of Team JD, you came out in force. He shouted me out on the show. He made you guys aware of me. And you came, you watched whatever show you watched. I don't know if you watched my Bullet Club stuff, if you watched my Mae Young Classic reviews, if you watched my Raw or my SmackDown reviews, whatever it is that brought you to this channel and made you hit that subscribe button, which if you are not subscribed, I hope you do so right now and join the Sledgehammer Club and be part of the movement that is strong and is a very, very, very big part of Team JD. You guys came out in force. You were supporting me as part of your support for him. We're trying to be one big giant family here on YouTube. And all you haters and everybody that wants to talk down on that and think that it's stupid for us to, try to create a community and work together to bring you guys all of the best wrestling content you are going to see on YouTube. That's just, why wouldn't you want that? Why wouldn't you want to have people you can reach out to, and guys like JD on your team, and guys like me on your team? And I want to thank each and every one of you for coming over here, hitting that subscribe button, and joining this team as well, because we are one. We are one. Fist bump to all of you. Put your fist to the screen. Let's touch. Fist bump. Boom! Because you guys are fucking awesome, and I could never thank you guys enough for blowing this channel up the way it has been going today. It's been absolutely phenomenal. It has been the absolute best way to kick off a weekend that started off as hot as fire, because House of Glory was fantastic. It was absolutely... I've gone to about the last 6 or 7 shows. It's been a very big part of my life for the greater part of this past year. And it was brought to my attention by JD. And I went to one of the shows, and I have had an absolute blast each and every time. I have met so many people. My autograph portfolio has exploded with names that I never would have thought I would have been able to get the chance to meet. Guys like MVP, who's an absolutely fantastic guy. He's a beautiful man. He was very giving of his time. He was not standoffish at all. He was very warm and accepting. He was we were talking shit about the Beatdown Clan and his time in TNA, and it was just fantastic. I got to talk to Jake the Snake Roberts. I got to meet Bret the Hitman Hart. Sure, we're way past all these guys, prime, and we're in their twilights, but I got to meet my heroes, and it's all thanks to JD and House of Glory. And these shows have been great, but I don't think that there has been one that I have seen that has been better than the one that I attended at the Elks Lodge on Friday night. Chapter 2 was fucking fantastic. It was hit off right from the beginning with Anthony Gangone versus Ken Broadway, and that match alone, I was absolutely out of my mind. You can go and watch House of Glory live on their Facebook page every Friday night. You can also go and check out their YouTube channel. I will try to link it in this video somewhere if YouTube will allow me to do so, because eventually they're going to air this stuff, and you've got to see what I've seen. And each and every week, you will see me. In some cases, right there in the front row, you will see me there cheering on the action, trying to enjoy real great pro wrestling. These guys leave everything in the ring. They're young, they're hungry, and you can tell. It's some of the best independent stuff you are going to see in the New York City area. Absolutely fantastic. It started off with Gangone and Broadway. We ended the night with Ricochet versus the Amazing Red, which is one of the best matches I've seen all year. Not just because I was sitting there front row and absolutely was taken away by this match. My breath was taken away. Literally. I sat there and I could not imagine how this match was going to go down. There was so much that they put into this main event. It was absolutely fantastic. It was as if they were main eventing a Monday Night Raw. They left everything out there. These guys, Ricochet, this was my first time live to experience the magic that is Ricochet, who, much like everybody else that I've met at House of Glory, was an absolutely fucking great guy. He was so welcoming. He was very outgoing. He had no problem shooting the breeze a little bit, and he was flanked on his left-hand side by the beautiful and talented Tessa Blanchard. Now, when I heard Tessa Blanchard was going to be at this show, I marked out. I totally did, because I was already a fan when they had her on NXT. And then when we saw what she did with Kairi Sane in the Mae Young Classic, holy shit, did her stock rise with this guy. Not that it wasn't high enough already. And then when I found out she was going to be there, she was one of the driving forces behind me even going to the show. I needed to see her. I knew she was going to compete in action. I was not sure if she was going to be doing meet and greets. And I'm going to turn this light on the right-hand side of the screen down just for 1 second because I need to bring your attention to two of the highlights of my night. Boom! As you can see, over my left shoulder, right here, Tessa Blanchard. I got to meet her. She was very, very nice. She is fucking fantastic. I was just happy that I got to tell her how much I enjoyed what she did in the Mae Young Classic and that match was amongst one of my top matches in the whole entire tournament. Every match with Kairi Sane really was. It just, nonetheless, Tessa Blanchard, very, very high on her. I almost bought the t-shirt. I don't know why I didn't. I kind of regret it right now because I'm very high on her. But aside from that, right after I got to meet and greet with Ricochet and the lovely Tessa Blanchard, I got to meet my favorite women's wrestler on the independent scene right now. Maybe it's just because I get to see her once a month very frequently at the House of Glory shows, and she has impressed me every single time, and that is this absolutely beautiful picture right here. Let's turn this down again so you can see. Look at this. This is the picture I chose out of her portfolio to have her sign an autograph for me. I took a minute out of my day on that night to tell her exactly what Sonya Strong of House of Glory means to me, because I appreciate when I can see a talent and how much they have the heart and the drive and the desire to be great. She gets better every time. She has it. You just see it. She has it. She is stunningly beautiful. She looks like Jennifer Lopez or Nia Jax. She's on that very same level. She's a little bit bigger than your average girl, but that doesn't bother you at all because she is fucking beautiful and she is fantastic. Look at this picture. All right, she writes over here, "Nick, thank you for the support. Love, Sonya Strong." I took my picture with her, which you can see on my Twitter profile. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter if you don't already. She was an absolute peach, for lack of a better word. She was another one that was just so happy to meet a fan, and to be with me. She's gracious of the support, but they will never understand what it does for a guy like me to meet one of them. The end of the night, like I said, we met MVP, we met Sonya Strong, we met Tessa Blanchard and Ricochet. Autographs, pictures, the whole nine. Fantastic. And then on top of that, to be treated to some of the best wrestling that you will see is, how much more can you ask for as a wrestling fan? To be interactive with these guys. If you're a fan of House of Glory, you know about Juba. And I want to take 1 second, if my wife is watching, to just say, shut your mouth. Alright? She knows what that means. We'll talk about it maybe another time. But we're going to talk a little bit about Juba. If I have my way and I am employed with House of Glory at some point in the next year and I am allowed to become a manager of some sort, he is the guy that I want. He is an absolute monster of a man. Juba is the best. And the only reason I'm bringing him up is because after the show, I just went over and was walking around, and this guy was online. Here is a talent at House of Glory who was waiting online for his turn to meet Tessa Blanchard, and I took a minute just to shake his hand and tell him how friggin' awesome he is. I got in his face a few times as a fan, but pumping him up, telling him, come on, Juba, let's go. We got this, man. You go in there, you get him, blah, blah, blah. Trying to pump him up, trying to fire him up, and acting like a manager on the other side of the rail, And he took a minute and turned around and told me, hey, calm down. Calm down. I'm like, no, man, get in there. You get him. You go, 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 go. I was ready, man. I was ready to jump right over the rail and take part in the whole thing. I hope to be a part of it soon. House of Glory is fantastic. All of you guys that are in the New York City area, if you're not going to House of Glory, you can get a ticket for $20. And I guarantee you're going to have one of the absolute best nights. The crowd's always fantastic. All of us in there, just like all of us here on YouTube, we're a family. We know each other. We know the wrestlers. as fans, we start to know each other. We sit in the same spots and things like that. It's a great night. It's a great night. You guys got to come down to House of Glory. I can't talk about it enough. But you guys didn't come here to listen to me talk about what I've seen at House of Glory. And I know I'm going on about it a little bit much, but I'm really amped up because of my spike in the subscribers and all you guys. I just can't appreciate you guys enough. I can't express my appreciation to you guys enough. And there really is no news. And if, at this time, I'm looking at a fake watch that's not on my finger. At this time of the day, you've probably already watched everybody. So you heard all the news from all the best in the business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my best to entertain you with my version of the two little stories that I want to talk about, which is Michael Cole's not going to be on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. And I want to ask you guys right off the bat, do you care? I don't care. I don't think anybody cares because it's not anything against Michael Cole. All right, let's be honest. For the last 2 decades, Michael Cole's been on commentary. We've all stomached it to the point where we're just used to him now. We don't care about how bad he is because he's Michael Cole. He's going to be there one way or the other. So what would be the point in wasting my breath on talking about how horrible Michael Cole is? Everybody knows this. Okay? He, as of this point, is not even sure of his role, as at some point he decides to be the heel commentator, and some points he decides to be the play-by-play announcer. And he's just kind of mixing himself up in the middle. And he doesn't quite know what his direction is. That's my biggest complaint about him right now. He keeps putting down Booker T all the time. Not that Booker T's that great, but he actually had a valid point on Monday Night Raw, and they both just jumped on him and attacked him and tried to make him look stupid. And I don't know what that was all about. But we're not going to get bogged down on that. The fact of the matter is, Michael Cole is going to take his second day off in 2 decades of service, which is absolutely banana sandwich to me. Are you kidding me? How are you that loyal of a guy? How many moments has this man missed? It is an absolute credit to him. It is a credit to him. You can't take that away from him. If he's nothing else, he is loyal and dependable and on time. Michael Cole, hats off to you for that one, buddy. I just wish that you would have taken some of your time over the last 2 decades to actually practice your craft and maybe get a little bit better than you are. Because I think Michael Cole had the potential to be great, but at some point they gave him too much too soon, and then he just coasted on what he had at the time. And it's just been whatever. It hasn't been absolutely terrible, but it's nothing good. So, you see that how you want. This man's taking the day off to see his boy get married, which is great. Why not? Why should he miss something like that? On the opposite side of the fence, though, if you're Michael Cole's boy, why would you have your fucking wedding on a Monday night? Huh? Why would you do that to your old man? He's got a fucking streak going on. Something maybe even better than The Undertaker's. 22 plus years. Until this Monday, he will have only had 1 day off. 1. And it was probably while he was doing his SmackDown thing. So as soon as this man hit Monday Night Raw, he hasn't missed a beat. You're his son and you have the balls to put your wedding on a Monday night? If his wedding was on a Sunday, no matter how drunk Michael Cole got at the party, at the reception, he could show up at Monday Night Raw. So I don't see why, and plus, if the wedding's on a Sunday, by Monday your boy's on his way to his honeymoon, get ready to bang his brains out, like the rest of us who got married on that magical weekend of their honeymoon, wherever you decide to take it. So why wouldn't he be at Monday Night Raw? The wedding has got to be on Monday. Why would you do that? I'm sorry. There's a little sidebar, all right? Michael Cole's son, you're a little bit of a dick for that move. You're a dick for that move. But, maybe the boy don't have as much money and, wants to save a buck. Because who gets married on a Monday anyway? Holy shit. Moving on. A little bit more Monday Night Raw news, as has been very well documented and reported by everybody. We're going to put our 2 cents in the hat as we talk about Monday Night Raw having the possibility to bring back an authority figure. Not just any authority figure, but the worst choice for an authority figure that you can have, given the last few years. Do you want to see Stephanie McMahon back on Monday Night Raw? I certainly don't. I personally love Stephanie McMahon for many, many different reasons. I think her character is great in small doses, and I think that she does have a part to play on the show. She is the commissioner. All right, so I know we got Kurt Angle as the general manager, but she is the commissioner of the show. Let's not forget that. So she does have a part to play, which we haven't seen in a while, which is fine with me. And if she wasn't even being talked about to come back, would be fine. We would probably be even better, because nobody wants to see her come back. Because when you think about it, what is she going to do? There's nothing else for Stephanie to do but to get in Kurt Angle's way. And if this is the first step to this WrestleMania match between Kurt Angle and Triple H, I don't want to see it. I don't want to even see Triple H at WrestleMania this year. I am one of the biggest Triple H guys you will ever find. But Triple H is not The Undertaker. I do not want every WrestleMania for the guy that's running NXT to, for just 1 week, decide that he's the game again. I don't want that. I love what he's doing down there. He's absolutely doing a fantastic job with NXT. Nobody can dispute that. No matter what you feel about Triple H on a personal level, you cannot deny what he has done at NXT. Be that as it may, I don't want to see him at WrestleMania. I don't want to see him wrestling. I don't want this nostalgia thing to become his thing. I don't want to see anybody over the age of I shouldn't say over the age, but anybody from the Attitude Era, aside from possibly Kurt Angle, only because we haven't seen him for over a decade, shouldn't be wrestling at WrestleMania. I don't want to see The Rock wrestling at WrestleMania anymore. I don't want to see Austin wrestle at WrestleMania. It's not going to be what you guys hope it's going to be. If Stone Cold comes out and wrestles Seth Rollins or Braun Strowman or any of them, throw a name out on the list, Kevin Owens, it's not going to be what you expect. These guys are not what they were. And that's not a knock on them. It's just they're not wrestlers anymore. They're doing other things. Stone Cold's got the Broken Skull Ranch. The Rock's taking over Hollywood. Batista's doing the same thing, following The Rock's footsteps. Why do we gotta bring these guys back for WrestleMania? Why not let WrestleMania be about the guys that are busting their ass all year long? I don't want that out of Stephanie McMahon coming to Monday Night Raw. Because that would be the only reason to really do it. She's going to get in Kurt Angle's face. Kurt Angle's going to fight back. And then we're going to have her bring her husband in to, calling him in for backup. Get out of here with that. That is not only the most predictable piece of garbage you're going to throw on the table, it's unnecessary. You have got one of the most stacked cards in the history of the company. You have some of the best talent in the world under your umbrella. Current talent. Some of them whose clocks are ticking. And you're going to go back to Triple H? Kurt Angle's going to make an in-ring return at WrestleMania, and you're not going to put him against AJ Styles or Samoa Joe or somebody that Kurt can put over? What would be the value of Kurt Angle versus Triple H? What would be the value? What are you going to get out of that? Absolutely nothing. Nonsense for Stephanie McMahon to be coming back. You think that's going to spike the rating? You think she's going to have the impact of a John Cena and bring people to Monday Night Raw in droves to see what Stephanie McMahon has to say? Are you kidding me? What planet do you live on where you think that is an equation that equals out to success in the end? Because it doesn't. I'm absolutely against this. I think Raw, as bad as it has been, is just fine the way it is with only one figurehead. We don't need her coming in and doing the same thing she has done every single time there has been a secondary figurehead of authority on the show with her. We've seen it with her with Eric Bischoff. We've seen it with her and Steve Austin. We've seen it with her and Daniel Bryan at some points. Cross brand. How much she hates Daniel Bryan because he's running SmackDown. And then right before Kurt Angle, we've seen it most recently, only a few months ago, with Mick Foley. And now we're going to go back through that tread again. We're going to just do the same old WWE bullshit. I know you guys don't want to see that. I'm telling you for a fact so that you know, mark it down on your calendar. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it at all. Whether or not Stephanie McMahon comes back remains to be seen. The fact is, it's not going to help matters. I only think it's going to make it worse. We'll have to see. We're going to take a quick little preview of what is to come tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. Before we end the show, we're going to do, for the first time ever on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, as a present to all of my new subscribers and longtime subscribers of old, because everybody does reviews, right? But who does a preview? We do, that's who. So let's get to the WWE Raw page, October the 2nd, and I'm going to read this to you as it is written on the WWE website, just so that you could be equally as sickened and nauseated as the way this company views itself and how they decide to describe themselves. And we're going to talk about it a little bit when we get to the end. Tomorrow night, Monday Night Raw. Doesn't tell me where it's going to be here, but Roman Reigns, right? Roman Reigns challenges The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. We all knew this was happening, right? We all knew this was coming this week. If you guys right now hear some funky music going on, it's because we are gaining subscribers by the minute, thanks to Team JD, and I love you guys for jumping on board. I don't know if you can hear it. I can hear it. And it's pulling my attention away a little bit, because every once in a while I keep hearing a little thing and I want to start dancing. And I'm like, well, what's going on over here? Oh, right. Must be having a new subscriber. So we are going to go on with our preview right here. Thank you again, JD, and the rest of you guys. Fucking awesome rock. So we all know, or we all assume, that Roman Reigns is going to win this match. Let's hear how the WWE describes this match. Roman Reigns earned a non-title victory over Intercontinental Champion The Miz last Monday night. However, thanks to a post-match steel chair assault by the A-listers Miztourage, complete with a disrespectful tribute to the Shield, the big dog hardly looked like a victor when all was said and done. Surprised they'd even paint him in that little bit of a negative light. 1 week after that sadistic attack, Reigns will battle The Miz for his title, and the Miztourage will undoubtedly be lurking at ringside. Can Reigns capture his first Intercontinental Championship to become a Grand Slam champion? Can he do it? What do you think they're gonna do? Can he? Or will The Miz continue to boast about his own crew's supremacy over the disbanded Hounds of Justice? Why even bring up the Hounds of Justice? Why? Because that's the plan. That's why, as shitty as it is. Expect Roman Reigns to win the Intercontinental Championship 24 hours from now, and I will need a toilet nearby so that I can throw up. The Kingslayer aims to conquer the monster among men. Now, Braun Strowman is not the king of anything except for gigantic shoulders, because he's a friggin' man-beast. Maybe he's also the king of no, he doesn't really have a mohawk. It's more of a faux hawk. Can't say that. Maybe he's the new king of beards. We'll give him that, alright? The monster among men, Braun Strowman, is going to compete against the Kingslayer. Here's what the WWE has to say. Despite Braun Strowman's complete and total destruction of Kurt Hawkins, really? Like, that's a fucking achievement? This past Monday night, Dean Ambrose willingly went up against the Monster Among Men, and despite getting in some good offense, the lunatic cringe, as we like to call him here, because he's just not doing it for me nowadays, suffered a painful defeat at the hands of the unstoppable Juggernaut. When Ambrose's fellow Raw Tag Team Champion Seth Rollins criticized his partner's self-destructive behavior, Ambrose countered that perhaps the Architect could benefit from being a little less predictable. Rollins then did something that no sensible person could have predicted. He demanded a match against Strowman this Monday night on Raw. Will Seth Rollins come to regret taking Ambrose's critique to heart? Or can he earn a huge victory over one of the most powerful superstars in WWE history? This match actually has me a tad bit interested, only because I don't know who they're going to make win. Are you going to continue to make the tag team champions look strong, or are you going to begin to bury Braun Strowman since he's already lost to Brock Lesnar and has lost his value? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Do they want to make the Kingslayer look strong, or are they going to want Braun Strowman to begin a new reign of dominance and march his way to what? Roman Reigns in the Intercontinental Championship at some point? Who the fuck knows? You know what I know? That this match is probably not going to go very long, and Braun Strowman most likely is going to win this matchup. But that will be seen tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. Let's continue this preview. How will Alexa Bliss respond to Mickie James's attack from last week on Raw? Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss had no issue calling Mickie James an old lady this past Monday night, but after suffering 2 slaps and a high-heeled kick to the face from the 6-time Women's Champion, Little Miss Bliss might have learned a painful lesson in respect. Then again, we also doubt that she's apologetic about what she said. The goddess of the WWE is undoubtedly regretting bringing Mickie James back to the WWE earlier this year. What will she have to say about the veteran superstar on Raw? And as great as Alexa has been on the mic, I am much, much less interested in what she's going to say, as much as I would be more interested to see what she's going to do. This makes me think she's going to come out. She's going to have some new, promo segment. We're not going to see Alexa Bliss in action, which absolutely upsets me. But, it is what it is. That's Monday Night Raw for you. We're going to get all kinds of bullshit. We got a new subscriber alert happening right now. I don't got the music going. Let's see if you guys can hear this.
That's right.
All right. See, that's what I keep hearing. So, if you see my attention drift off, it's because of that. But let's finish off this preview. Let's turn the volume back down a little bit here. All right. Finally, for this Monday Night Raw preview, when will Neville strike again? Do you really care? I don't really care. I have zero interest in the Cruiserweight division right now, as does most of the wrestling community, but let's read what this WWE fluff piece has to say. By attacking the new Cruiserweight champion Enzo Amore on Raw, an act that prompted the entire Cruiserweight division and even Braun Strowman to get a piece of the day's certified G, Neville forfeited any chance he might have had of regaining the crown lost to Enzo Amore at WWE No Mercy. Startlingly, really, the king of the Cruiserweights doesn't seem to care so long as he's making the brazen new title holder's life miserable at every turn. After Neville defeated Ariya Daivari on 205 Live, the hobbled Amore brutalized the newly former champion with his crutch. How will Neville replay Muscles Marinara? Why are they calling him Muscles Marinara? What is that? See what I mean? This is why I don't go to WWE.com for shit or news or anything. Because I get an article where at the end I gotta call Enzo Amore Muscles Marinara. Are you kidding me? Who cares? Who gives a shit about what Enzo Amore or Neville at this point is going to do. I was hoping that by whatever actions he took on last Monday's epic main event segment for the Cruiserweights on Monday Night Raw, I was hoping that by forfeiting his chance at the Cruiserweight Championship, he would be elevated back to the main roster where he could go up against guys that are more his caliber, and that this version of Neville is fantastic, and he will definitely be able to get over on the main roster on Monday Night Raw, going up against some of the best in the business, but he's too small for Vince and Dunn and their retarded eyeballs that don't see talent, only see size, because to them, the size of your dick is what really matters, right? Or the size of your muscles, because if you don't get Vince McMahon hard in the pants, you're not getting TV time, right? And even though Neville's, he's not that classically attractive, he has a very impressive physique. But in the end, he's just too small of a package, no matter what package you decide to talk about. So that's it for the preview, of Monday Night Raw. Thank you guys once again for jumping on board. If you've been jumping on during this show while I've been recording, you're fucking fantastic. Everybody that's climbed aboard this weekend, Team JD for life. Don't forget, while you're here, to smash that like button. Let everybody know that what you're watching is awesome by hitting that thumbs up. If you are not among the masses that have subscribed already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Ring-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. That little subscription bell so that you will be notified every time a video goes up on this channel the very second that it does. Check out Clutch Chairs. Don't forget to check us out on all my other platforms. It's not been as, current as of late because I've been having problems with some uploads, but we're working on that, and we are going to get everything squared away at some point this weekend. Thank you all so much. That is going to do it, and I am out of here. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball Microphone. You have been watching the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show right here on Sledgehammer TV, and we will see you next time right here on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much. I love yous. You fucking rock. And we will see you tomorrow night for the Monday Night Raw review.